Hi there, Luke Stamp, Territory Manager, Southwest Iowa with Pioneer Hybrid. Here today to talk about our crop tour with my agronomist Kurt Eischied. Kurt covers the Southwest Iowa for us. So we did a little bit of a crop tour and we covered Monona, Harrison, a little bit of Pottawatomie County, Woodbury County, over into Crawford County. We did some samples, so I have Kurt here to talk about the results and give you guys a little heads up on what we're seeing in the field.
So the process we went through is we had each sales rep pick 5 fields that they thought was representative of their field. And we went through August 13th to the 14th and took 3 representative samples throughout that field. And of the samples or ears, we used the Pioneer Seeds photometry app, which actually counted the kernels and predicted the yield for us. To make sure we were in the right areas of the field, we used our satellite imagery to find a representative area in that field. You know, we wanted to make sure we weren't in the bad spots, we weren't in the really good spots. We want to make sure we were taking a true average of that field.
Real quick, Kurt, what kind of fields did you guys cover as far as irrigated, non-irrigated?
So we covered a mixture of both. So we covered some dry land, some irrigated, and you can see that in the results on the PDF that your rep will have, or the page your rep will have for you. You know, and the results we found, we ended up taking 52 locations, or 52 different fields we sampled, 156 samples total out of all those. And we look at what the results were. You know, we came up with a 236 bushel average across all the areas that Luke talked about, with a range of about 290 bushel to 179 bushel on some dry land gumbo ground.
So what, when you were sampling, what kind of hybrids or what range did you guys check, and what were some of the criteria that you guys used outside of what you just discussed?
Yeah, so again, we tried finding representative fields of those areas and the different, you know, townships where the sales reps are from. And we focused on 110 to 113 day range hybrids, you know, trying to give a true trend line, what we're seeing from area to area. Because some areas we're sitting in a little more severe drought than others, and some areas we're catching more timely rains. And that's one of the big things we found is the variability, like every year, is key. It's huge, field to field, even from town to town.
With that, Kurt, the one last question I have for you is, we have a 236 bushel average. There's still quite a bit of time left before the combines roll. What are your suggestions for some ranges that we might see? Yeah,
that's the big thing. So right now, we were sitting there about the R5 stage when we were taking these samples. So at R5, we still got about 65% of our yield to be determined yet. And that 65% is going to be really determined on the weather that we have moving forward, you know, the rainfall, temperatures, you know, the cooler nights, the better. The longer we can get that kernel to fill, the more grain we're going to pump out of there. Other pieces that really show into there is, you know, the fertility. What kind of fertility we have in that field? Nitrogen, potassium, especially sulfur is a big one showing up this year. So it really, management practices and Mother Nature are going to help finish out that 65%. Other thing we're starting to see is some gray leaf spot and even a little bit of northern show up. So some of those fields are unprotected by fungicide. If we keep that plant healthier longer, we're going to fill that kernel longer and longer, which is going to more yield. The fields that didn't get sprayed, that gray leaf and northern is going to shut it down a little early, and we're going to lose some top end off of that.
Perfect. Well, we appreciate your time today. To summarize a little bit, if you guys want to look at these PDF files, they will be available at your localized rep. If you want more localized operation by operation yield estimates, either hop on and download the Pioneer Seeds app or get with your local seed representative and check out and see what's in your field and get a harvest plan for this fall. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
That concludes this Pioneer Agronomy video podcast. Visit our page on pioneer.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook for more agronomy insights.